everyone. It's so good to be with you live. I'm hoping everyone can hear. I am going to double check real quick just to make sure that there is some audio going on. Hey everyone. Okay, I see that it is working, so fabulous. Welcome everyone. Today we are not doing the weekly energy foresight. We are doing our live 7th annual yearly energy planning party. So I hope you've grabbed a cup of something to drink as we're going to spend some time together working on our year. It is similar to the weekly energy foresights that I do each week that come out on Monday. However, I find that planning your personal year, and you can do this for a business or for your work or career or whatever it is that you want to have some insight on. You can use this same technique to do it for anything. But today I thought I usually do the business and the weekly energy foresights each month, and I use different cards and I use a multiple of tools to work with. But down below in the description, doesn't matter where you're at, but there should be a link. It's a bit.ly link, and it will take you to worksheets that you can print out if you just want to kind of not use one of your own calendars, but you can use a calendar. You can use something like a little planner if you use that, or a different kind of planner, or even just a journal. You can do that as well and just kind of note take on the month or the week. But inside the worksheets, it's similar to the planner, although it's shortened down. It's just for January, just to kind of give you an overall sense of what it is. But this is the full planner. This is the yearly energy planner for 2024, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff in it that goes through how to do readings and what you can use. It's got some printouts that you can do, just a whole bunch of stuff. But these are just little worksheets that you can print out and use on your own while we do the party. But then here is the 2024 monthly energy theme. And so I thought we would go ahead and fill this one out just for our personal month throughout 2024, which is a wonderful 8-year. I love it. It's a go year, and boy, it's only been a week and a little bit, and it feels like we are just on course for a crazy year. Very, very busy. There's also spaces for you to just kind of journal your thoughts on the cards that you pick, or if you're not using cards and you're using a pendulum, that's fine too, or runes, or whatever it is. Even if you're just kind of intuiting the whole thing, if you're just letting your intuition tell you what the month energy is going to be like. In back of the journal, there is a place for January 2024, and it has the weeks. So you can just fill out each of the weeks, just like I do with the weekly energy foresight, and you can use that. Also, there is a weekly one here too. If you want to do if you want to use a different kind of tool or technique, you can do that here as well. And you can fill out this gray portion with what it is that you like, the card that you picked, or what your intuition told you is going to happen this week or was coming up. But then there's some space for you to journal just a little bit there. Then there's just the disclaimer. But then if you would like to move forward with doing the whole year in the weekly, and you want to color and do all sorts of stuff, learn about lots of tools and techniques, on the back there is a code for 22% off of the planner. And there's 3 different versions. There's the print version that is just like this one, and it's on a, It's in a spiral bound, and it is, it's over 100 pages. I don't remember how many. I think it's 106 or 7. I can't remember. Anyhow, so it's 22% off. There's the print version. There is a printable version that you can download and print on your own, and it's also a fillable version. So you can go into the free version of Canva and you can put in your own cards or your own pictures, whatever it is that you want to do. So you can do that too. If you join the Facebook group, the Lightworkers and Earth Angels Study Hall, that's over on Facebook, that actually, once you join, you get 33% off. And so there's a code in there for that as well. All right, so I'm going to use cards. You can use whatever it is that you want. There again, you can use oracle cards. You can use cards, the Galactic Heritage cards and the Mystical Shaman cards. They're very detailed cards, and so they're wonderful to sit with. Different than, let's say, oh gosh, the Spirit of the Animals Oracle deck. So this is pretty straightforward. It gives you just kind of a picture and then some description on what the card means, and so it's pretty straightforward. However, with the Galactic Heritage cards and Mystical Shaman, and I'm sure there's other ones as well, they're very detailed. So there's a lot of information that comes through. So that's why journaling is really great once you pick those cards, so that you can kind of fill into those months since we're doing months right now. All right. Same with tarot. So working with the tarot is, I would say, a little more involved than just like the oracle decks. Although you can get a lot of information from the oracle decks, and you can use those exclusively if you want. The tarot decks actually have a little bit more, it's kind of like a journey, the tarot is. And so when you give yourself the opportunity to work with the tarot, you'll see that starting from the Fool and going all the way through all the different cards, it's just a journey, and it kind of shows where you're at on your journey. And any of this, all the way through the year, no matter what, just remember, it is not set in stone. It is just a guide to what your month's energy is going to be. As you work through the year, I would definitely go ahead and choose another card and see how it corresponds with the card that you originally picked. I like having the whole year done so that I can kind of see how the steps are going throughout each month, maybe what the energies are going to be like. And then when the month comes up, that's where the weekly energy foresight is helpful for me, especially with that general overall feeling. When I do the weekly energy foresights, it gives a broad range of what could be happening. And that's why I use tarot for the week, and then I use the oracle decks usually for mid and end week of the same week, just to give a little bit more insight on what's going on. There again, I have had it so that the cards kind of change as the month comes up, and so it's nice to see that how it changes. It's kind of the same thing with the midweek and end week as I go through and I pick those cards, because it kind of shifts, the energy shifts as you go through. So it's a lot of fun. I love working with it because it just kind of gives me an overall feeling on what the month, week, or year is going to be like. All right. So I think I'll go ahead. I used the Spirit Song Tarot for January, and I believe I'm using the traditional manga tarot, which is awesome, for next month. You can use whatever you want. Now, how I usually start out is by what you would say like consecrating the cards, just actually going in and just clearing out your last reading. You can do this with your pendulum, with the runes, with whatever it is. You can just sit and be quiet and just kind of let your mind wander, let your mind just kind of just be cleared out and just work in that still space if you're just going to use your intuition to fill out your month's year, whatever it is. And then once you clear it out, I do Reiki. So I use Reiki to clear the cards. You can use light going through the palms of your hands and clearing out the energy from the last time. Or you can use whatever technique that will clear out those cards and then just swishing that energy away. A lot of times just wrapping on the cards and then swishing the energy will actually just do kind of the same thing. All right, and then shuffling, and you can shuffle however you want, whatever is being called to you to how to shuffle. Some people lay out all the cards and then pick randomly that way. I just kind of keep shuffling until the card reveals itself. And so a lot of times one card will either pop completely out of the deck, or it'll be like this, where you can see one card is just more prominent, or your eye catches that card. So any which way that you want to do it, it's awesome. I'm just going to go real quick and see how these lives are doing. All right. Perfect. Awesome. Perfect. Alrighty. If you have any questions, whether it's live here or it is later on after the live, it's still going to be up. So feel free to leave your questions or comments in the comments below, and I will check those out and get back to you very soon. All right, so let's go ahead and continue to pick. So being specific is very helpful for energy. And so when we pick a card, you can say, like I usually say, January 2024, or the week numbers, whether it's like the 11th, 15th through the 21st, or whatever it is that you're looking to pick for. So right now we're doing the monthly energy themes. So I'm just going to say January 2024, January 20, and I say it 3 times. That's just kind of how I do it. So January 2024, January 2024, January 2024. And even though you're halfway into January, that's okay. You can see what the last part of January is going to be for you. Since we're almost in the middle, I can't even believe that. It feels like we've had a whole year within a week and a half. So the 7 of Wands. Oop, there we go. So that is my January card. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this because my planner, because in here I have just some quick cheat guides that tell you a little bit about what the tarot is for each one. So let's see. It is 7 of Wands. So in the tarot keywords, you just find the 7 of Wands, and it says defiance and valor. So to me, that is like showing almost like a defiance for whatever is coming through, and that is easy enough. Or, valor. And what the card for me looks like. And see, that's the thing. You can, whatever comes through for you, you can just write it down. So I'm just going to write down 7 of Wands. And then I just wrote it right there. And then just words that come to you. So that was defiance and valor. For me, it just means individual. And it's almost as if it's feeling, especially since it's getting into the last part of the month, and we're going to be switching over to Aquarius, the sun sign of Aquarius, which is mine, which is my my sun sign. That is my astrological sign, is Aquarius. And so it's almost that whole feeling coming through for me with this card, which is interesting because that's kind of, I guess, how I am. Very individual, very, I do things my way. So yeah, that was what that card feels like. So you just keep going through February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, picking your cards in the same way. And it's just the same thing. So when we get ready to go to the next card, we can just hold the cards in our hand and just clear out that reading and just seeing light surrounding them, getting rid of the last energy. We can wrap on the cards. And I did put that other card back. So I did put the Seven of Wands back in the deck. And that's because you can have more than 1 month that the Seven of Wands wants to come through. So make sure to give yourself the full benefit of the reading. Make sure to put the card back in the deck if you can. If you can't, that's fine too. But it just gives you a little bit more opportunity to widen that spectrum, so that if you're going to have another Seven of Wands, then that's fine. Last year we had a couple different cards that came through every month, and it was, when I do the monthly ones, I don't put the cards back in because it's each week. So when I went through, it seemed like, I swear it was at least 5 to 6 times throughout 2023 different ones came through. So Temperance was one that I can remember just off the top of my head. The Temperance card kept coming through all the time, and it comes through for February. I believe it's either February or March, I can't remember. It comes through again. So it's a whole idea of balance. And so last year was all about getting ourselves in that mindset of being balanced, not being too high, not being too low, not being out of balance, but being more in balance. And it was very different ways of being in balance. So it was very interesting. So yeah, that's why we put the cards back in the deck, especially if you're reading just for the months of the year, so that you can see that maybe you're going to have a Temperance month, and maybe in February, and maybe in October there's another Temperance month. So to me, it just makes more sense that way, that we can kind of use that again, just in case. So there again, clear out your cards and just any which way that you want. And then February. So February 2024, February 2024, February 2024. Okay, and so as you can see, this card right here kind of popped up a little bit more than the rest. So that's the card that I'm going to pick, and it's the Page of Pentacles. All right, and so I'll just write that in my handy dandy worksheet. So depending on the card deck that you use, whether it's a tarot or it's oracle cards or it's your pendulum or it's the runes or whatever it may be that you're using, or even just your intuition. If you're using cards, then it's going to have probably a little booklet that you can look up your cards in and see what kind of the overall gist of it is. Yeah, just little tiny, just tells you a little bit what it says. And then oracle decks, a lot of times the oracle card themselves will have information on it, or it might have like a little booklet to it, or it may even have nothing on it. It may the cards may have you using your intuition more than anything. So when you look at a card, what does it make you feel? What are the colors? What do they mean to you? Is there any letters? And is there any words? Is there, what does the image itself mean to you? Signs, symbols, anything like that. And that really helps you kind of figure out what that whole energy is going to be like if you're not working with a tarot deck or something. Now, using your pendulum, you can ask yes and no questions. You can ask a question and then have it give you an answer. Excuse me. And same with runes or whatever it is that you're using. You can ask for guidance from your spirit team, and you can connect with your spirit team in any which way that you choose to do as well. Working with your spirit team, especially as this new world starts coming through and your new self, your new being, the new you, your new life starts coming through, the veil thins. And so we're able to connect to our higher self, your spirit self, a little bit easier. And you can hear guidance from your spirit team, from your angels and your ancestors and all sorts of beings. So you can hear those a little bit more easier as as that veil kind of thins a little bit. So always ask for guidance. If you need some guidance, that's fine. And like I said, not everything is cast in stone. So if you get a card and you're like, I don't really like that card, you can either choose another card, or you can wait until that month comes up and go, you know what, I'm going to go ahead. Things are changed, so I'm going to go ahead and choose another card and see how that goes, or I'm going to ask my pendulum if this is the correct way for that, I should interpret my energy this month. And sometimes it's going to be yes, sometimes it's going to be no. And so then you can choose how you move forward. We have free will, thank goodness, and so we can choose how we work with energy. We can choose how we interpret it. We can choose what we do with it. But what we can't do is we can't go onto somebody else's free will. We can't, put down somebody else's free will, because that's somebody else's free will. We have our own that we need to manage. So that's a good thing about this year for 2024, with it being an 8-year and being a go year. We're going to have not a lot of time to worry about other people and what they're doing and being and doing and having. It's about, us moving through this year, and we're going to be busy. We're already busy. And if you're not busy yet, oh my gosh, just wait. All right, so for your February, go ahead and write down just some keywords if they come to you, whatever that may be. So then you can feel into what that might mean for you. And then we can move on to March. All right. All right, now we're moving on to March. So March 2024, March 2024, March 2024, March 2024. Oop, this card actually almost completely popped out of the deck. All right, so this card is the Knight of Pentacles. Cute cards, I love them. All right, so Knight of Pentacles. Lots of pence. 2 in a row. Awesome. So there again, just intuit what it is that you can write into your box there that is under March, and just see what comes up for you. All right. And interestingly enough, so there's a quarter, and then we can get another quarter done as well. So then we just moved on to April. First, we just kind of clear out that reading. And all right, April 2024, April 2024, April 2024. All right, so it is the Lovers card. Very watercolory, I like it. April. Awesome. Then just write down some little insights. All right, now May, clear out those cards. Now May 2024, May 2024, May, ooh, 2024. So that one just completely popped out, and it is Ace of Wands. And these are for me, and hopefully you're doing yours as well. So the energy is all about you and your year. So what I'm doing is my personal year with the monthly energy themes. So these are all my cards, and hopefully you're getting some good cards, or you're getting some good thoughts on what each month is for you as well. Hopefully you're filling those out and able to get some good information on what each month is going to bring for you. And if I'm not giving you enough time and you're not live, you're watching this separately, then just pause and just wait and just give yourself some more time. It's not a problem, not at all. Or you can just, do it on your own as well. That's fine too. All right, so now June 2024, June 2024. Okay, so this is why I put the cards back in. So the Seven of Wands came up again. So my June is going to be the Seven of Wands as well. Awesome. Now, just because the Seven of Wands came through again, it may not feel the same way. This one didn't feel exactly the same way. To me, this Seven of Wands is just about, it feels more like it's going to be a big month. It's going to be something that I have to really focus on. I've got to really watch what I do because I need to time manage. For June, my husband Michael actually gets done with a major project at work, and then it's our oldest son's birthday, and there's a lot of stuff going on in June. So I know that for business and everything else, that's going to be a very big month. So not being defiant necessarily, but having that sense of staying on point, staying on topic. So that is, that card, it just looks to me, especially with them holding the staff like that, it's just like, okay, we are in for a ride. So be ready, be focused. And so that's what that card means to me, really, about June. So it's totally different than the other one. The other one is more about like an individual personal thing, as whereas the other one is more about focus and staying on task, and more about that. So I love that. All right, clear the cards again, or whatever you're using. If you're using a pendulum, I don't have mine right here. Nope, it's in the other room. But you can clear your pendulum the same way. You can clear your runes the same way, whatever you're using. And you can clear your mind just by envisioning a bright white light, just kind of passing through, or just a bright white light just shining down on top of your head, on your crown chakra, and then just allowing it to clear the last thoughts on whatever month you were working on. That's just fine. So I'm letting June go. All right, and then working on July. So July 2024. July 2024. Ooh. 8 of Swords. Now see, that's not a great card. But it's, insightful, and I love that about that. And as I get closer to July, then I will be able to gain more insight on what this card means. But for now, I can kind of get the gist of what it means for me, and then write those down. So it's the 8 of Swords. All right. I'm just going to go in and check one more time to see how everything is going. This is my first time using this software, so just checking. Awesome. Perfect. All right. So, clearing out July, just clearing that out. All right, let's focus on August 2024. King of Pentacles. Wow, I've got a lot of Pentacles this year. So, King of Pentacles. Awesome. So that's so interesting. So June, July. So June, the 7 of Wands, defiant, valor. Mine is more focused and just kind of making sure I'm on task. And July, the 8 of Swords, is kind of like being restricted, not being able to move, not being able to see maybe what's going on, feeling a little lost or trapped. And then August with the King of Pentacles, wealth and success. So you just never know. And there again, it's the energy where you're at right now. As you move through the year, you're going to change. And because this is such a big, like, go, go, go year, you're probably going to find that things change dramatically, especially as we go through this this transition between the old world and the new world, then it changes the energy. The energy changes, we change, and we grow and transform and evolve. So give yourself that the opportunity to update these readings, and the energy is going to, like I said, the energy will change as you go through the year. So just give yourself the opportunity to kind of update, and that's fine too. You're transforming, updating everything, including the energy that's around. So awesome. All right, so letting go of August, and then just getting prepared for September. All right, September 2024. So the Empress comes through for September. Awesome. All right. Clearing out the cards or your pendulum, runes, or just your thoughts. Letting go of September. That was last month. Now we're working on October 2024. October 2024. All right, so October for me is the Hermit card. Ooh, there we go. Feel like as we go into the end part of 2024, it's going to be full of that whole feeling of enlightenment or moving forward. Even though it's a go, 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 go year, it feels like as we move into October, November, December, the last quarter of the year, it feels like for everybody, it's going to be like a coming to realization of your enlightenment, of your growing, just growing. Like you went through so much through the whole year, and now it's like that growth is just like being like thrust forward. Like if you haven't been working in that new world, your new self, your new being, it feels like everybody in that last part from the readings that I've already done is going to be going into that enlightenment stage, that transition stage, the evolution stage of transitioning into your full new self. Like this is when it's going to happen. So it's very interesting. Now, some of us have already done it. Some of us might take a little bit longer, just depends on where we're at, but it feels like a major shift is happening, so that will be very interesting to see as 2024 plays out. Okay, let's get rid of the October, just letting the light just kind of transmute it, that last card reading or whatever reading, or just your thoughts. All right, so November 2024. Oh, the Magician. Okay. Right. I believe that was the same card that I got for everyone for just a general reading for November. That's interesting because it's all about spirituality and manifesting. And which is interesting because then, you know, as we move into the last part of the year, then it's, you know, we kind of look back and think, what goals, dreams, wishes, and desires have I not seen come to fruition? Or where am I at in my resolution or in a goal that I set out for myself? Whatever it is, it feels like the last quarter is when we sit and go, oh, we need to finish that, or we need to see where we're at. How much longer do I have? So there's a lot of fun, interesting things that I think are going to happen for the last quarter. Not just personally, but I think in general for a lot of people. All right, letting November go. Letting it go. Okay, now the last month of 2024. 2024, December 2024. The Fool. How interesting is that? All right. All right. All about new beginnings. Well, wonderful. Now, if you didn't keep up, that's just fine. You can do this on your own at any time. It's no problem. I so appreciate you spending some time with me today. Remember, you can download your worksheets and you can fill those out. And we just did this part. And then remember, there's still some, let's see, where is it? There. Whew, that's so loud. All right, so you can journal. You can also use the weekly for January, fill out the last few weeks in January as it gets into February. And on the back of those, remember you have your discount code right there so that you can pick up either your printed version of the 2024 yearly energy planner, or you can get a downloadable version or the fillable version if you would like something that you can use to jot all of this and more down in. Thank you again so much for spending some time with me today. I so appreciate it. And as always, I'm sending you so much love, angel light, and tons of gratitude. You take care, have a fabulous week, and have an amazing 2024.